Move over, puppies and kittens. These baby animals are so rare, you might have to wait 1,000 years just to catch a glimpse. While some species seem to multiply endlessly, others are born so infrequently that their appearance feels almost magical. From creatures that look straight out of legends to nature's most elusive newborns, here are 15 animals that are only born once in a millennium. Number 15. Glowing cats. Did you know some cats can glow in the dark? These special cats were made by scientists to help study a disease called feline immunodeficiency virus, FIV, which is similar to human immunodeficiency in people. Feline immunodeficiency makes cats very sick, so scientists wanted to find a way to help them. To do this, scientists added 2 new genes to cat eggs. One gene came from a jellyfish and makes the cat glow green under blue light. The other gene came from a monkey and helps protect the cat from getting FIV. When the kittens were born, they glowed, which showed the genes were working. These glowing cats looked normal in daylight, but under special light, their fur, whiskers, and even their tongues glowed green. This glow helped scientists see that the protective gene was in the cats. The glowing cats also passed these special genes to their kittens. This means scientists can keep studying how to protect cats from FIV and learn more about similar diseases in people. Some people have imagined using glowing cats in other ways. For example, the idea of ray cats suggests making cats that change color near dangerous radiation to warn people. While this is just an idea, it shows how creative science can be. Number 14. The Growlar Bear. The Growlar Bear, also known as the Pisley bear, is one of nature's most intriguing and rare hybrids, a genetic cross between a grizzly bear, Ursus arctos horribilis, and a polar bear, Ursus maritimus. Though these two species are distinct in appearance, behavior, and habitat, they are closely related enough to interbreed, resulting in a hybrid that carries physical and behavioral traits from both parents. Growlar bears typically have a blend of features. The thick, creamy white fur of a polar bear may be streaked with light brown or beige patches reflecting the grizzly's influence. They often inherit the stockier frame and large muscle mass of a grizzly bear combined with the longer neck and slightly narrower head of a polar bear. Their claws are long and curved, suited for digging like a grizzly's, while their fur is dense and water-resistant like a polar bear's, hinting at both species' survival adaptations. While Growlar bears were once thought to be almost mythical, they are no longer just zoo curiosity. The first confirmed wild Growlar bear was discovered in 2006 when a hunter on Banks Island near Sachs Harbor in the Northwest Territories of Canada shot what appeared to be a strangely colored polar bear. Upon closer inspection, the animal had long claws, a humped back, and a mix of white and brownish fur, prompting scientists to conduct DNA testing. The results confirmed that the animal was indeed a hybrid, born to a polar bear mother and a grizzly bear father. Since then, multiple Growlar sightings have been documented, particularly in the Canadian Arctic. Some have even been found to be second-generation hybrids, meaning that 2 Growlars had mated, an indication that this hybrid may be establishing a foothold in the wild. Experts believe that climate change is a driving force behind the increase in Growlar bear encounters. As Arctic sea ice melts, polar bears are spending more time on land in search of food, while grizzly bears are expanding their territory northward due to warmer temperatures. This overlap in range has created new opportunities for interaction and mating between the two species. Although still extremely rare, Growlar bears serve as a powerful living symbol of how human-driven environmental change can blur even the oldest boundaries in the animal kingdom. Their very existence is both fascinating and sobering, as it reflects a shifting ecosystem where once isolated species are now crossing paths like never before. Number 13. Fiona, the green puppy who stole our hearts. In November 2024, something truly magical happened in Hancock County, Mississippi. A pit bull named Pearl gave birth to a litter of healthy puppies, but one of them instantly stole the spotlight. Amid her siblings' typical white and brown coats was a tiny pup with a coat of bright green fur, a striking and surreal sight that left her human family stunned. They named her Fiona, after the beloved green-skinned ogre princess from the Shrek movies, a name that perfectly matched her unique appearance and spunky personality. While it might sound like something straight out of a fantasy film, Fiona's green fur was the result of a rare but completely natural occurrence. The phenomenon is caused by biliverdin, a green bile pigment that's a byproduct of the breakdown of red blood cells. It's commonly found in the placenta of mammals during pregnancy. Occasionally, when a light-colored puppy is still developing in the womb, it may come into contact with this pigment. If biliverdin seeps into the amniotic fluid and touches the puppy's fur, it can temporarily stain it green. This condition is so uncommon that it often makes headlines when it occurs. Veterinarians note that the effect is usually harmless, and the green tint gradually fades over time, often disappearing entirely within the first few weeks of life as the puppy grows and the fur is naturally replaced. Despite her unusual appearance, Fiona was declared perfectly healthy, with no developmental issues or abnormalities. Her vibrant color and irresistible charm quickly captured hearts beyond her Mississippi hometown. Photos and videos of Fiona circulated on social media, where she was dubbed the Shrek puppy, and instantly became a viral sensation. Her playful energy, paired with her fairy tale coloring, made her seem like a character brought to life from an animated world. As Fiona grew, her green fur began to fade, but her story continues to spread joy and fascination online. Her rare birth not only brought smiles, but also shone a light on a fascinating aspect of animal biology that few people know about. While she may not stay green forever, Fiona's story is a reminder of nature's surprises and how even the rarest quirks can be completely natural and absolutely beautiful. Number 12. The only albino gorilla, Snowflake. Snowflake was a very rare and special gorilla. He was the only known albino gorilla in the world. Instead of being dark like most gorillas, Snowflake had white fur, pink skin, and light eyes. This happened because of a rare genetic change called albinism. Snowflake was born in 1964 in the wild in Equatorial Guinea, a country in Africa. A farmer captured him after hunters killed the rest of his gorilla group. In 1966, he was brought to the Barcelona Zoo in Spain, where he became very famous. People from all over the world came to see the white gorilla. Even though he looked different, Snowflake was a western lowland gorilla, just like others in his species. But his albinism made him sensitive to sunlight. He had poor eyesight and had to stay in shady areas or indoors on very sunny days. Snowflake lived a long life at the zoo. He had many children and grandchildren with regular female gorillas, but none of them were albino like him. Scientists later found out that Snowflake's parents were actually closely related, which is likely why he was born with albinism. In 2001, Snowflake was diagnosed with a type of skin cancer, probably caused by his lack of skin pigment. He passed away in 2003 at around 39 or 40 years old. Today, he is still remembered as the only albino gorilla ever recorded. Number 11. Two-faced cat. Meet Frank and Louie, the extraordinary two-faced cat who defied the odds and captured hearts worldwide. Born on September 8, 1999 in Massachusetts, this ragdoll feline had a rare condition called diprosopis or craniofacial duplication, resulting in two faces on one head. He had two mouths, two noses, and three eyes. The central eye was non-functional and didn't blink. Despite the duplication, Frank and Louie had one brain and one esophagus, with only one functional mouth, which allowed them to eat and breathe normally. Janus cats, named after the Roman god with two faces, typically don't survive more than a few days. However, thanks to the dedicated care of veterinary nurse Marty Stevens, who tube-fed him for 3 months, Frank and Louie thrived and lived for 15 years, earning a Guinness World Record as the longest surviving Janus cat. His unique condition was caused by a malfunction in the sonic hedgehog protein, which plays a crucial role in facial development during embryonic growth. Frank and Louie's remarkable life not only challenged scientific expectations, but also showcased the profound impact of compassion and dedicated care. Now it's time for today's topic. A fisherman off the coast of Indonesia made a discovery that has left scientists and locals stunned. While hauling in his fishing net, he initially thought he had caught a large fish. However, as he untangled the creature, he realized it was unlike anything he had ever seen. The creature resembled a shark, but with a shocking twist, it had several conjoined heads, each with its own set of jaws and eyes. The fisherman, both terrified and fascinated, quickly contacted local marine experts, who were equally baffled by the find. This kind of mutation is so rare, it's almost unheard of, one biologist stated. These types of anomalies don't typically occur even in 1,000 years. The creature's heads appeared to be fully formed, suggesting it had survived in the wild despite its unusual anatomy. Experts are now studying the specimen to determine the cause of the mutation, with some speculating it could be due to deep-sea environmental factors or genetic anomalies. The discovery has sparked widespread curiosity and fear, with many wondering if this is a one-time occurrence or evidence of something more troubling happening in the ocean's depths. For now, the conjoined shark-like creature remains a chilling mystery. Number 10. Smileadin. The saber-toothed tiger, also called Smileadin, was a strong meat-eating cat that lived during the Ice Age, from around 2.5 million to 10,000 years ago. Even though it's called a tiger, it wasn't related to the tigers we know today. Smileadin was about the size of a lion but much bulkier and more muscular. Its most famous feature was its two long, curved teeth that could grow up to 8 inches long. These teeth were so impressive that ancient people sometimes found their fossils and created legends about giant, fearsome cats. Smileadin's powerful forelimbs allowed it to wrestle huge prey to the ground, and its jaws could open extra wide to use those saber teeth effectively. Scientists have discovered Smileadin fossils in places like the La Brea tar pits in California, where many animals got trapped in sticky tar thousands of years ago. Some fossil skeletons show signs of old injuries, suggesting that Smileadin may have survived tough battles and lived with broken bones. The way their teeth grew and were replaced is still a mystery that paleontologists are trying to solve. Smileadin's dramatic appearance has made it a favorite in movies, books, and museum exhibits, capturing imaginations for generations. These sharp teeth were likely used to strike the throats of large animals like bison and young mammoths. Unlike modern big cats, Smileadin had short, thick legs and a strong neck, which helped it tackle and hold down prey. It didn't have the strongest bite, so it used its strong body and those huge teeth to take down animals. Fossils show that some injured Smileadons lived long enough for their bones to heal, which means they may have lived in groups and helped each other, kind of like lions do today. Smileadin went extinct about 10,000 years ago, possibly because of climate change, fewer big animals to hunt, and maybe even humans. Number 9. Thumbelina. Thumbelina was a tiny horse like no other. Born on May 1, 2001, in St. Louis, Missouri, she stood only 17.5 inches tall and weighed about 57 pounds, earning her the Guinness World Record as the smallest horse in the world. Her small size came from a kind of dwarfism, making her even smaller than regular miniature horses, which are usually about twice her size. Despite her size, Thumbelina had a playful spirit and loved to run around the farm with her animal friends. She quickly became a local celebrity, and people from all over would visit just to see her. Thumbelina's gentle eyes and calm presence made her a favorite among children, who would often bring her treats and draw pictures of her. She even had her own tiny stable, specially built to fit her needs and keep her comfortable. Her story was featured in newspapers, magazines, and television shows, spreading her fame far beyond her hometown. Many people said meeting Thumbelina gave them hope and happiness during difficult times. Her legacy continues to inspire animal lovers everywhere. Even though she was little, Thumbelina had a big heart. She became famous not just for her size, but for the joy she brought to people, especially children. With help from the Thumbelina Charitable Foundation, she traveled around the U.S., visiting hospitals and lifting spirits with her gentle, sweet nature. Kids going through tough times found comfort in her company. Thumbelina did have health issues, though. Her legs were bowed, so she needed special shoes to help her walk, and her teeth didn't line up properly, which meant she needed regular dental care. Her owners, Paul and Kay Goesling, along with their son Michael, gave her all the love and attention she needed. Thumbelina passed away in 2018 at the age of 17, but her story still warms hearts and reminds us that even the smallest among us can make a big difference. Number 8. The Blue Dragon. The blue dragon isn't really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. It's a tiny sea animal with blue wings and a silver belly. It's only about as long as your finger, just 1 to 1.5 inches, but don't let its size fool you. This little guy is super sneaky and can be dangerous. The blue dragon's real name is Glaucus atlanticus. It floats on top of the ocean and rides the waves. Its delicate, feathery appendages wave gently in the water, making it look like a magical creature from a fantasy story. When sunlight hits its blue back, the colors shimmer and change, dazzling anyone lucky enough to spot one. Despite their beauty, blue dragons are fierce predators, using their clever camouflage to sneak up on prey. Sometimes, groups of blue dragons will gather together and take down much larger jellyfish working as a team. Their ability to store and use the venom of their prey makes them one of the most unique creatures in the sea. Marine biologists are fascinated by how such a small animal can handle so much poison and still thrive. It doesn't swim like a fish, it drifts belly up. That silver belly helps it hide from things below, and its blue back hides it from birds above. It's like ocean camouflage. Now here's the wild part. It eats poisonous animals like the Portuguese man-of-war, a jellyfish with really painful stingers. The blue dragon chomps it down and steals the poison, then stores that poison in its own body. So if something tries to eat the blue dragon, zap, it gets stung instead. People sometimes find these tiny dragons washed up on the beach, but don't touch them. Even though they're small and pretty, they can still sting you. Blue dragons live in warm oceans all around the world, like near Australia, South Africa, and even sometimes in the US. They love floating in groups and are usually seen after big storms. They lay long chains of eggs in the water, and guess what? They're hermaphrodites, so they don't need to find a mate like we do. Number 7. The Saola. The Saola is one of the rarest animals on Earth. It lives deep in the forests of Vietnam and Laos, in places where people almost never go. It was only discovered in 1992, and because it's so secretive and hard to find, people call it the Asian unicorn. But don't let that name trick you. It has 2 long, straight horns, not one. The Saola is about the size of a big dog and has soft brown fur with white markings on its face. Both males and females grow horns that can reach up to 20 inches long, giving it a magical fairy tale look. When villagers catch a glimpse of a Saola, it's considered a once-in-a-lifetime event, and many local legends have sprung up around its mysterious presence. Its quiet, gentle nature means it leaves almost no trace in the forest, making it even harder for scientists to track. The saola's diet consists mainly of leafy plants, and it moves silently through the undergrowth, rarely disturbing its surroundings. Conservationists sometimes call it the ghost of the forest because it seems to vanish as quickly as it appears. The few photos that exist of saolas in the wild are treasured by researchers and wildlife enthusiasts alike. Every new sighting brings hope that the species can still be saved. Saolas are extremely shy. They stay far away from humans and are almost never seen. Scientists have never studied one in the wild for long. Most of what we know comes from hidden cameras or stories from local villagers. Sadly, saolas are critically endangered. Traps meant for other animals sometimes catch them by accident. Hunting, logging, and the destruction of their forest home make things even worse. But there's hope. Groups like the Saola Foundation and the World Wildlife Fund are working to protect them. They remove traps and teach people about the saola, trying to save this beautiful mystery before it's too late. Number 6. Giant Wedapunga. The giant Wedapunga, also known as the giant weta, is a massive insect native to New Zealand. It's one of the heaviest insects in the world, with some females weighing as much as a small mammal, up to 71 grams. Despite its intimidating size, it's a gentle and solitary creature, primarily active at night. Its enormous, spiny legs and large jaws make it look like something out of a prehistoric era, and it often surprises people who encounter it for the first time. The Wedapunga can live for several years, which is unusual for an insect, and it spends much of its life hidden among tree branches and leaves. During the day, it remains motionless to avoid predators, blending in perfectly with its surroundings thanks to its brown, bark-like coloring. In Maori culture, the weta is sometimes featured in traditional stories and is respected as a unique part of New Zealand's natural heritage. Scientists are fascinated by its ancient lineage, as weta have existed since the time of the dinosaurs. The Wedapunga's slow movements and calm nature make it a favorite among researchers and conservationists working to save the species. Its presence is a sign of a healthy, balanced ecosystem, and its disappearance would be a major loss for New Zealand's biodiversity. Once widespread across New Zealand's North Island, the giant Wedapunga's population has drastically declined due to habitat loss and the introduction of predators like rats and cats. Today, it's found only on Haturuotoi, Little Barrier Island, a predator-free sanctuary. The Maori name, Wedapunga, translates to God of Ugly Things, reflecting its unique and somewhat intimidating appearance. Despite its size, the giant Wedapunga is harmless to humans. It feeds on a variety of plant material and plays a crucial role in its ecosystem by contributing to nutrient cycling. Conservation efforts are underway to protect and restore giant Wedapunga populations, including habitat restoration and the establishment of predator-free sanctuaries. However, the species remains at risk, and ongoing conservation work is essential for its survival. Number 5. The glass frog. The glass frog is a tiny, amazing creature that lives in the rainforests of Central and South America. What makes it so special is its see-through belly. You can actually look right through and see its heart and other organs. This clear skin helps it hide from predators by blending in with the leaves it sits on. Most glass frogs are small, only about 2 to 3 inches long, and they're a bright leafy green color. Some species even have bones that appear green, adding to their camouflage and making them even harder to spot. When rain falls at night, you might hear their gentle, tinkling calls echoing through the forest, almost like tiny bells. Scientists are fascinated by how the glass frog's transparent skin works, and they study it to learn more about animal adaptations and even medical research. In some cultures, glass frogs are considered symbols of good luck or are featured in local legends about the rainforest. Their delicate appearance and secretive habits make them a favorite subject for wildlife photographers and nature lovers. Spotting one in the wild is a rare treat, often requiring patience and a keen eye. During the day, they rest on the undersides of leaves, almost invisible, but when the sun goes down, they wake up and go hunting for bugs like crickets, flies, and moths. Glass frogs mate during the rainy season. Males make loud calls to get the attention of females. When a female chooses a mate, she lays her eggs on leaves that hang over water. The male stays nearby to protect the eggs until they hatch. When the baby frogs, or tadpoles, come out of the eggs, they drop straight into the stream below. Even though these frogs are fascinating to watch, they're in danger. Their homes are being destroyed by people, and climate change is making things worse. We need to protect them before they disappear forever. Number 4. The maned wolf. The maned wolf is one of the weirdest and coolest animals on Earth. It looks like a fox walking on super long legs, with reddish-orange fur, black legs, and big ears that help it hear tiny sounds in the grass. Even though it's called a wolf, it's not a wolf, a fox, or even a dog. It's totally unique. Scientists call it Chrysocyon brachyurus, which means golden short-tailed dog. You'll find it in South America, mostly in places like Brazil, Argentina, Paraguay, and Bolivia. It likes quiet spots with tall grass and few people. When it moves through the grasslands, its long legs make it look almost like it's gliding above the ground. The maned wolf has a very distinctive smell, often compared to popcorn, which it uses to mark its territory. Its diet is so varied that it plays an important role in spreading seeds, especially from the wolf apple fruit, helping the ecosystem stay healthy. Sometimes, people spot maned wolves crossing roads at night, their glowing eyes shining in the headlights before they vanish into the darkness. Local legends often describe the maned wolf as a mystical creature, and its unusual appearance has inspired many stories and folktales. Despite its shy nature, the maned wolf has become a symbol of the wild grasslands it calls home. It usually comes out at dawn and dusk to look for food. The maned wolf eats all kinds of things, fruits like the wolf apple and small animals like frogs, rodents, and birds. Instead of howling like a wolf, it lets out a deep, booming bark to warn others to stay away. Its long legs help it see over tall grass to find food. Sadly, the maned wolf is in danger. People are cutting down trees and building farms where it lives. It also gets sick from diseases passed by pet dogs. But don't worry, wildlife groups are working to protect this shy and amazing animal before it disappears. Number 3. Pink Fairy Armadillo. The pink fairy armadillo is a tiny mammal native to central Argentina. It is the smallest armadillo species in the world, measuring about 4.5 inches long and weighing around 4 ounces. Its most distinctive feature is its soft, pink-colored shell, which is actually a thin, flexible plate covering its back. This shell is not fully attached to its body, allowing the armadillo to move freely and dig quickly. Because of their size and secretive habits, many locals have never even seen one in person, and some people once believed they were just a myth. When threatened, the pink fairy armadillo can bury itself in seconds, disappearing into the sand like a tiny ghost. Their burrows are so intricate that they can create entire underground networks, which help them escape predators and extreme temperatures. Scientists are fascinated by their unique adaptations, especially their ability to regulate body temperature in harsh environments. Occasionally, lucky researchers have spotted their tiny tracks in the early morning, offering rare clues about their nightly adventures. Their delicate appearance and mysterious lifestyle have made them a symbol of Argentina's hidden wildlife treasures. Pink fairy armadillos are nocturnal creatures, meaning they are active at night. They spend most of their time underground, digging tunnels in sandy plains and scrubby grasslands. Their primary food sources include ants, larvae, worms, snails, and occasionally plant roots. Due to their secretive nature, pink fairy armadillos are rarely seen in the wild. They are also sensitive to environmental changes and stress, making them difficult to study and keep in captivity. Many that are captured for research or as pets do not survive long outside their natural habitat. The conservation status of the pink fairy armadillo is currently listed as data deficient by the International Union for Conservation of Nature, meaning there is not enough information to assess its risk of extinction. However, habitat loss and human activities pose potential threats to their survival. Number 2. Not an ordinary buffalo. In a small village in Thailand, something truly strange and exciting happened. People were amazed when a baby buffalo was born looking nothing like a normal buffalo. It had the body of a buffalo, but its skin was dry and scaly like a crocodile. Its face was long, its legs were short, and it had a rough, gray texture that shocked everyone. The animal looked like a mix between a buffalo and a crocodile, and no one had ever seen anything like it. News of the unusual birth spread quickly, drawing crowds from neighboring villages who were eager to witness the phenomenon for themselves. Local elders shared old legends about mysterious animals appearing as omens, adding to the sense of wonder and superstition. Some people brought offerings and gifts, hoping to bring good luck or ward off misfortune. The village became a temporary hub of excitement, with food stalls and vendors setting up to serve the influx of visitors. Children whispered stories about the buffalo crocodile, imagining it as a magical creature from their favorite folktales. For a brief moment, the village was united in curiosity and awe, with everyone sharing in the experience. Some villagers thought the strange baby was a sign of magic or bad luck. Others believed it was nature trying to send a message. People from nearby towns came just to see it with their own eyes, take pictures, and say prayers. Even though the baby didn't live very long, it became famous. Scientists said it most likely had a rare birth defect that made it look so unusual. It wasn't really part crocodile, but the way it looked was enough to make people stop and wonder. Photos and videos of the buffalo crocodile spread quickly online. It made people curious and reminded everyone how wild and mysterious nature can be. Even one small animal can leave a big impact on the world. Number 1. Meet Zoe the Golden Zebra. A living marvel that defies nature's usual palette. Born on September 16, 1998, At the Three-Ring Ranch in Kailua Kona, Hawaii, Zoe is the only known golden zebra in existence. Her striking golden coat and pale blue eyes are the result of a rare condition, amelanism. Unlike albino animals, which lack all pigmentation, amelanistic animals like Zoe still produce some pigments but lack melanin, the pigment responsible for dark colors. This gives Zoe her distinctive golden stripes and pale blue eyes. When visitors first see Zoe, many are stunned by her beauty, often mistaking her for a mythical creature or a work of art. She has become a symbol of hope and uniqueness at the sanctuary, inspiring countless people to learn more about rare animals and conservation. Children especially are drawn to her gentle nature and unusual appearance, making her a favorite among school groups and families. Zoe's story has even reached international audiences, with wildlife photographers and journalists traveling from around the world just to catch a glimpse of her. Her presence has helped raise awareness for the sanctuary's mission and the importance of protecting animals with rare genetic traits. Through her, people are reminded that nature's surprises can be both breathtaking and fragile. Zoe's rarity is compounded by the fact that such a condition would likely be a disadvantage in the wild. Zebras rely on their stripes for camouflage within the herd, and an individual with such a unique appearance would stand out to predators. However, Zoe's sanctuary home provides her with safety and care, allowing her to thrive. Zoe is the only known golden zebra today. Zoe's continued existence offers a rare glimpse into nature's capacity for wonder. Which of these creatures do you find the most fascinating? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to stick around for more incredible stories coming your way.